The Fox and the Chicken Coop. The Fox and the Chicken Coop. Hello, y'all. I'm Diana Brienne. You know, this morning I woke up and I remember a little story I had written when I was about 6 or 7 years old. I don't know where it came from in my mind, but well, we were kind of poor growing up and we only had one TV channel, and sometimes there wasn't much on that TV channel. So we did a lot of front porch sitting time on the swing. And when we would sit out on the swing, sometimes we'd tell stories. And if we ran out of stories, we would make up stories. And so I became a great storyteller at a very young age. And that was also when my wisdom started too. And I started getting wisdom insights at about 6 or 7 years old. And so this story is called The Fox and the Chicken Coop. And this is one of my first little stories I ever wrote. Well, one day there was a fox that came in to the little country farmyard. And it went right over to the chicken coop where there was a lot of chickens, and they were just busy laying eggs and talking to each other. And the fox said, "Hey, look, y'all working too hard, and that farmer is making you work way too hard. You deserve so much better." Well, the chickens had never thought about that before. They had never thought that they were working too hard. They were perfectly happy. But now they were becoming discontent after what the fox told them. And the fox said, "You know, if you let me take over this chicken coop and get rid of the hen and that other chicken, that silly chicken that's trying to boss you around, I'll give you some really good things. You won't have to work so hard. You won't have to lay as many eggs. And guess what? I'll give you all kinds of goodies, free extra goodies." Well, the chickens were just so excited. They all stopped laying eggs for the moment, and they listened closer to the fox. Well, the fox talked them into it. He said, "Hey, I'll take over this chicken coop." So before you know it, the silly lead chicken was gone, and so was the hen. It was gone too. So then the fox told the chickens, "Hey, you go over and you got to destroy the farmer's house. That's very, very important because the farmer is the big boss. So go over and destroy his house." So one by one, those chickens went over to the farmhouse and destroyed that house. And the farmer had to move away. Well, now the fox was in control. And the chickens were all happy. They didn't have to worry about laying eggs. They only laid whatever eggs they wanted to lay. They didn't have to do any work. And the fox threw some extra food at them. There was a couple extra buckets of food there. So they were just really, really happy. But as the days went on, the fox wasn't giving them as much food because, well, there wasn't anything left really to give. And the chickens were wondering where their food was going to come from. Well, then the fox started inviting his friends over, the other fox friends. And the chickens were beginning to wonder where all the goodies were. They got a few goodies in the beginning, but nothing like what they were told that they were going to get. And so one by one, some of the chickens ended up missing. And every day there was one less chicken or two less chickens. And so finally, it was narrowed down to just 2 chickens. Well, the one chicken had been called the shouting chicken because it kept telling everybody in the beginning, "Don't trust the fox, don't trust the fox, don't trust the fox, don't trust the fox." But those other chickens said that shouting chicken was just a silly old chicken that didn't know what it was talking about. It was old. What did it know? Well, now it was just that shouting chicken and the one other chicken. And before you know it, those 2 chickens were gone too. And now the farmer was gone, the chickens were gone, and all the foxes came in and they took over the chicken coop. And the chicken coop didn't look like the chicken coop anymore. The farm didn't look like the farm anymore. And all the chickens were gone. So the moral of the story is, don't trust a fox, especially if you're a chicken. So think about my story. Think about my story a little bit and what the moral of that story might be. And you can let me know what you think. That was a little story I made up when I was about 6 or 7 years old. From my house to yours, may God bless you, and I hope to talk to you soon again. Bye-bye.